The outcome of the election is not going to control the movement of the stock market on its own. But that probably doesn't make people feel warm and fuzzy.
Right. Facts, data, logic, unfortunately, don't actually shape our behavior all that much.
No.
It's all about our emotions.
So given that, if you're worried about what's coming for the election and what should I do, rather than just trying to make a choice of, I should do this or do that based on this outcome, I think what Meg and I would say you should do, or Meg can speak for herself, but I think what we should do is just go revisit your own plan.
Isn't that always the answer, though? Do you have a question about fill in the blank? What does your plan say? And why did you create that plan in the first place?
Right. So, and by saying revisit your plan, ideally you don't jump straight to a tactic of, this is my current investment allocation. Should I change it based on what's about to happen with this election? Right. Instead, come back to, what is the plan that you have, as Meg pointed out? What are the core values and the main goals that you have for that plan? Have any of those changed? Has anything shifted?
Right. When I, just to sort of share what I would do if I were reviewing my own plan, I have a statement of financial purpose, which is time spent under the trees and making a memory with my 2 daughters every day. That's the North Star of my financial plan. That is impervious to politics.
Right.
It's like orthogonal, has nothing to do with politics. And then we can break that sort of more sort of vision, mission oriented statement down into specific goals about, like vacations I want to do or colleges I want to send them to. But really starting with that almost philosophical level of, what's all this work for? Right?
But that, to me, that's the key, right? Is if we don't understand that first, and if you can't, the thing I love about it, if you have a really good statement of financial purpose, like for me, it's essentially time in the ocean, time with my family, and doing fun, like building fun stuff with my friends. Basically, that's my core purpose. Like that's what this is. I get to do this podcast with you, right?
But are you saying we're friends
today? Yes.
Yeah.
But once you have that as your main lens to look through, you want to be pushing back anything that's tactical or strategic that you want to be changing your plan should be able to flow through that lens, and it should make sense. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I think your use of the word lens is that's a concept I use also. Every decision you have to make, look at it through the lens of, does this help me spend time under the trees and make a memory with my daughters every day?
Right.
And if it doesn't, well, maybe it's, sometimes it's just the reality of living in modern life, like having to deal with health insurance paperwork doesn't directly help me do those things, but I've got to do it. Yeah. But yeah, I think it is it's constantly bringing you back to what am I doing this work for? Yeah. Why am I living my life? What's the purpose? Yeah.
Exactly. And once you have that, then you're going to obviously have, well, what are the main goals we're trying to hit based upon this? And then once we have the main goals, then we want to ask, well, what philosophies or what evidence do we have to apply to those goals to help us achieve them as quickly as possible? Right. And I think one of the things we'll come back to then, if we're looking at, say, investments, we're going to come back to, okay, I know I want to retire at such a time and I want to have this amount of risk and return in my portfolio. Then you're going to come back to, well, should I make a change based on what's happening in the election? And well, the factual answer is going to be no, you shouldn't, because the outcome of the election is not going to dictate the pace of change of the market from what we can see, right? So that won't make sense. But then you can also ask yourself the question, are there other things I could be doing to make myself feel better about all of this?